was the week before Christmas. It was cold as balls, but there wasn't much snow. Ladies and gentlemen, why don't we start the Tom Kelly Show?
The Tom Kelly Show.
There we go.
Everybody, I want you to go.
We are taking off just like Santa and his sleigh. Look up in the sky. Is that Santa? Is that an alien drone? Is that the Iranians? No, it's the Tom Kelly Show. I don't care whether you're on the naughty or nice list, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tom Kelly, podcasting from the Upper West Side of New York City on December 22nd. 3 days before Christmas, 1 day after the winter solstice, 1 day after Stephanie Garcia's birthday. First Christmas shout out just dropped. You are experiencing the Tom Kelly Show. I'll be honest, people. I think we're just having one of those days where I don't think God wants me to podcast. I've had a list of things I've wanted to talk about it all week, and then you get into the thing of I've actually been busy this week. I've been going to Christmas parties, getting drunk. Honestly, a lot of drinking, and I don't drink much, but I've gone to like 3 or 4 Christmas parties. I've been overserved at a couple of them, or underserved, or served just right. Whatever it is. I'm old enough right now where I can't even eat tacos late at night, okay? I'm having a week. So anyway, the world is working against me on this show today. First of all, I'm going to give you a product. Basically, I've done 3 launches of the show. One I didn't feel was funny, and then one I'm like, let me start over. I had an idea, and then I realized I couldn't tell if I was recording sound or not. And folks, listen, I may be self-conscious about my performance, but you need sound. What if you're better without it, Tom? Don't do that, inner voice. Don't do that. But yeah, I typed up. The first thing that was just fighting me this week on the Tom Kelly Show podcast, where one stand-up comedian from Long Island gets back to the basics of having fun. I typed up a list of things I wanted to talk about, and I was going to print the list on paper. And then the Hewlett-Packard printer that I have says there's a paper jam when there is no friggin' paper jam in there, people. And I hate modern printers. I'm on a mission. I print once a month, and every time I go to print, the damn thing isn't working. Now, my beautiful, beautiful saintly mother, who is on a mission to print the entire internet, has like the $1,000 printer in our house at home, okay? And that's because, she's a professor, and she likes to print things, and I think it has to do with her vision and whatnot, too. She likes to see things, touch things on paper, and honestly, for performing, it's more fun to crinkle a paper and cross something off than to just, like, hold a laptop up and down. But I am not spending $1,500 on an industrial printer that will be 1/3 the size of my 1-bedroom apartment in New York City. And honestly, I just bought ink. Hewlett-Packard, I just bought ink, and now the damn thing's jammed. I think it's a conspiracy, people. First they tell you, oh, you're out of ink, you're out of ink, you're out of ink. Listen, if I were to put this show on Patreon, or start a GoFundMe, it would not be for a new printer. So anyway, screw you, Hewlett-Packard. Normally, I do a commercial at this point in the show. I'm doing an anti-commercial, and I'd like to know if you're watching this on YouTube, or tell me somewhere in the Tom Kelly Show enterprises, tell me what kind of printer you're using and is it working? I know you're saying, Tom, it's 2024. Who else is printing besides your mom? Me, once a month. And I'd like to print some of my stand-up to bring to shows, to like just bring printed note. Anyway, yeah, it's hard to believe. Here I am podcasting. I'm doing a TV show from my apartment, and I'm having trouble with pen and paper. Yeah, and that's actually probably, it's funny. I was thinking of getting my nieces and nephews notebooks for Christmas. I hit that point. There are 12 nieces and nephews. I took my 2 youngest, blood nephews. I took them to a hockey game for Quinnipiac University. We had a killer time. It was an amazing time, beautiful time. Took them there. And then for the older nieces and nephews, I was thinking of just giving them a notebook with some sort of a thoughtful note written in the front. And there you go. So I have a list of jokes. I have a list of things I want to talk to you about. And right now, I'm just frustrated with all these things of technology. Everything is actually, is Mercury in retrograde? Hey, Alexa, is Mercury in retrograde? Even the Amazon Echo isn't working. Oh, never mind. It just told me it is not in retrograde. So I don't know. Okay, I don't need the whole thing. Okay, now it's telling me that it's basically Mercury in retrograde is a farce. Okay, so this is what's happening right now, folks. Okay, I don't know if you can even hear it in the background because I'm using the good microphone today, but I am trying to podcast, and now the Amazon Echo is just telling me everything there is to know about Mercury being in retrograde. That is my understanding of it, is when our relationship to the planet Mercury is backwards, and somehow then technology and communication falls apart. And that is today's podcast. I wanted to do a nice Christmas show. And on the list of things that have broken, ladies and gentlemen. So the soundboard was not working accurately. My toilet seat cracked, and I have the poops. Not total. I'm not going to be graphic, but I'm just having a day where I'd want to sit down and, relieve myself. And then I heard it. It just went crack. And it's not a big crack, but it was a little bit of enough of a crack that, all right, I have to fix this week. Call the super. Maybe I'll just fix it myself. I think it's an easy fix. But whatever it is right now, for a day where I'm just trying to get things done in the apartment, every time I sit down, and it's been a couple of times today, there's this little crack in the way my body weight goes. Just a little bit of skin gets caught and pinched on my left thigh, and then I start screaming while I am mid-poop. Now, I'm not so graphic that I'm going to bring the damn selfie ring light and tripod stand into the bathroom with me, waiting for it to happen again. But folks, it's funny, the Elvis Duran show, where I contribute from time to time, they used to say the worst thing you could wish upon someone was diarrhea. I'm going to say, may you have diarrhea while your toilet seat is broken, is one of the worst things you could wish upon someone. And again, I'm not at the big D, but I'm just, my diet has been all Christmas party food for about 7 days. And and that's when I'm eating solids, people. That's when I've been eating solids. Otherwise, it's been liquid lunches. And cracked toilet sweet. I should do something very Long Island. Let me lead with a Long Island thing, if you don't mind. Actually, I was at the Christmas party at the Stand, a comedy club on East 16th Street, a club that I hope that one day I will be famous enough and recognized enough to perform at. I have never even auditioned there, and at this point, after having one missed audition this year at something I cared about, I've decided I just want to have a beer there. It's a great club to have a beer at. And my thanks to Joe Harari and Patrick and whoever actually owns that club for a great time at the Christmas party. Jim Gaffigan was there. And I knew Jim Gaffigan years ago at a comedy club called Hamburger Harry's. Jim was the hottest comic in New York at the time. He was about to get his first sitcom. It was called Welcome to New York. And I would hand out flyers in Times Square and try to get people into Hamburger Harry's so I could then get to perform 5 minutes, 6 minutes, or 7 minutes. It was run by a woman named Gladys, who you'll eventually hear, if you haven't already, you'll hear me talk about fondly on the podcast. She still runs an open mic night on Thursdays at the comic strip. Our friend Jacob Lee Downey, second Christmas shout out, is there. But anyway, I see Gaffigan. And Gaffigan, who I have not seen since I've done warm-up for the TV shows regularly, he just goes like this, Mr. Long Island. So, yeah, if you've been following me, my jokes about Long Island at least have caught the attention of Jim Gaffigan. And I blatantly told him, like, Jim, I don't know if I want to be the guy who does Long Island jokes all the time. And he goes, I wish I could do a Gaffigan impersonation, but imagine I'm trying to hit the notes, like up there, up, and he goes, I don't know, you break it, and he was very nice. He just said, well, I don't know, you break it down very well. So maybe that's what I'll work on, just more Long Island jokes. And I'll tell you this, in the Christmas week of just frustration, first thing I wanted to talk about was, here is my list of the best malls to shop at on Long Island during the holiday season. If you did not get your Christmas gifts yet, see, and there you go. So, and what's funny is, folks, a couple of the things that I've done recording with the thought of clipping it down have actually done well. My Long Island word list I did last week or the week before actually rated well. So yeah, I don't know, but I know, like, I don't know if I want to be real with you guys or fun, but I am frustrated. Like, it's the world is falling apart. No, the world's not falling apart, but just frustrating me today. I mean, I've done some things well today. I'm working on exercises from a book that have been recommended on this podcast before. Creator. Do you remember we had Brian Koppelman on the podcast? He was the creator of the TV show Billions, and he recommended to get over writer's block reading a book called The Artist's Way. I did a little bit of it, little bit of it. And one of the things they recommend and I'm getting back to doing a little bit of it. I'm starting it over again. And in The Artist's Way, they say to get over writer's block or artist block, whatever your artist block is. The first thing you do every morning is you get a notebook and you write and fill 3 pages with whatever comes to your mind. Could be happy, sad, creative, emotional, whatever the hell it is. Do 3 pages, and it'll help you get unblocked. And honestly, I don't know if it's that or just all the drinking I've been doing lately, but I've been feeling a little bit less blocked this holiday season. And I have. If you've been following the podcast, the last couple of weeks have been kind of heavy. I don't know, it's been heavy. As we come up on the 5th anniversary of the pandemic and my career falling apart, you start to go, where is my post-pandemic victory? And I've had a lot of little ones. But anyway, and this podcast has been, there's like about 500 people who listen to this show. And I thank you to each and every one of you. God, it's cold as balls in New York. It's cold as balls in New York. It is 18 degrees. And folks, I like my temperatures the way I like my pornography. Over 18. Seemed funny to me. Next one, again, and I'm going to build back into that Long Island joke, people. Oh, a FedEx truck was stolen from my hometown of Massapequa, Long Island. And this is to anybody out there who was told to buy a gift and they either forgot to buy it, they haven't gotten it yet, or they just don't feel like getting it. You can just say, my gift must have been on that FedEx truck. I don't know. Honey, you want to get engaged? Oh, honey, the engagement ring. I was going to propose this Christmas, but it was on that FedEx truck. What a cracked toilet seat. I mean, how the hell? Seriously, has anyone ever cracked a toilet seat? And should I get a bidet? Like right now, let's start the Tom Kelly Show GoFundMe's. I wanted to get the iPhone 16 to improve the video quality of this. I was thinking of getting a new video camera. Now we're like, all right, the Tom Kelly Show needs a new printer, and we need a new toilet seat. Okay, I'm calming down. Here we go. If you haven't gotten your holiday gifts already on Amazon or online shopping, here are the best malls on Long Island. Here, I don't even know how to set this up. Here are my reviews. Here are the best malls on Long Island to do your last minute holiday shopping. There is the Americana up in Manhasset, New York, but Everything there is expensive. They used to call it the Miracle Mile, and the miracle is you have money when you come back home after making purchases there. I mean, they have all the high-end stores, the Gucci, the this, the that, but it's outdoors, and it's like 18 degrees out this week. Honestly, I think that disqualifies the Americana and the Tanger outlets for being great places to shop. And honestly, folks, I've never liked the idea of gift buying at an outlet mall. Even if it's a great gift, hey, Mom, look at what I got you at the outlet. It just makes it sound cheap. Next one, Roosevelt Field Mall. But Roosevelt Field Mall on Long Island is my favorite A- mall in America. It's close enough to home. It's near the highway, blah, blah, blah. But there's always something weird and icky there that happens. Like you always see like one news story of kids who like harass people in the parking lot or someone gets mugged or something like this. There's always just one story that makes me go, man, I'll go somewhere else. The problem is the somewhere else's are getting small. There's the Broadway Mall, which is supposedly being redeveloped in the next year or two. I was there last year, and even the Christmas store was closed on December 20th. I always, for cheap likes from my friends from Massapequa, I always say my favorite mall, and I do miss it because I grew up shopping there, the Sunrise Mall in Massapequa. The only thing left there is Macy's, so that's great for getting a dad a last-minute shirt. Go up to the third floor and say hi to a woman named Andrea. She listens to this show, too. Also, I heard a rumor in the mom and dad's groups on Long Island is the Massapequa Mall, which is, or the Sunrise Mall, which is almost closed. Rumor is it's been you know what? I'm not going to edit the little stuttering out of the podcast, people. But rumor is the Sunrise Mall has been bought by Northwell Health. That means that big giant mall that we used to go to as kids is going to be turned into a giant hospital. So you were all afraid of government housing. Instead, you're just going to be hearing sirens till 4 a.m. Ha, ha, ha. Take that, people. And then, so what's the best mall on Long Island? The best mall on Long Island is the here we go. What's the best mall on Long Island for holiday shopping? The Walt Whitman Mall. And there is nothing like seeing a mall full of Long Islanders who have no idea who the hell Walt Whitman is. That's right, people. Be curious, not judgmental. And to be fair, I only know that from the TV show Ted Lasso, not because I've read Whitman's works. There, that's fun. That's fun. I'm going to end... let's do a quick moment of, I have a Christmas ending. The magic mirror. First, let's do the magic mirror. First, new to the magic mirror for our holiday magic mirror, I see Jeff Rumplick. Do I really have somebody emailing me with the last name Rumplick? And how funny is it? I shout out Jeff Rumplick on the day I break my toilet seat. Jeff Rumplick, I see you. And I Googled to see if you were real. There is a Jeff Rumplick out there, married to a woman named Judy Rumplick. Rumplick, Buttlick, and Rumplick. That seems to, on LinkedIn, Rumplick. How awful would it be to grow up with that as a last name? I see Franklin. I see Joe Berger. I see Marianne. I see Rudy. I see Janet. I see Jody. I see Bridget. I see Caitlin. I see Victor. I see the gang at Auto Spa of Williston Park. They're sort of sponsors of this show. I see Michelle. I see Anne Mary. I see Ashley. I see Christina. I see Jack. I see Steve. I see Dan Cook, who posts political stuff in the Tom Kelly Show fan group, secret fan group. And I don't think he actually listens to the show. And we'll find out after this shout out. I see Raj. I see Jack Bird. I see Jacob Lee Downey. I see Christian. I see Judy. I see Diana. I see Stephanie Garcia. I see Jeff. I see Pat in the Hamptons. And most importantly, I see you. You know what? I was going to do one more thing to clip. I took a video I'm gonna end the show like this because we're at 20 minutes, and if you're this far in, people, you're a friend. I want to end on this. Enjoy the little things, people. This is something my friend Vin Kalura told me he liked, and it's become a tradition that I share this video once a year. The video is 15 years old. It is the story of giving my mother a Christmas plate. I actually used the transcript from YouTube and ChatGPT to make notes to retell the story of how I tried to give my mom a fun holiday gift. But I thought instead I would just rip the video from YouTube so you guys could see how old and fat I've gotten in 15 years. And it's a reminder. It's basically a story about me trying to get my mom the perfect gift. And when you get into the little traditions, and my family was great. There were a lot of frustrating people in the extended family, but my mom and dad are the best mom and dad ever. My brother's amazing. My sister-in-law is amazing. I'm especially sentimental around the holidays for my cousin Amy, who we lost a couple of years ago because she went out of her way to be, my Christmas star. Oh my God, what a corny analogy. She would hate that. But she went. She went out of her way to be, to make the holidays a little more special for me, with her children, my Mendoza nieces and nephews. Anyway, big ending is, you're probably stressed. Whatever it is, folks, my challenge to you for this week is slow down, enjoy the little things, wish people happy holidays, and and thank you for your support. If you have time, comment where you can comment. If you're feeling crazy, I've been promoting a comedy club called the Comedy Village. If you guys have the chance and ability to overwhelm them with Google reviews saying you want to see Tom Kelly at their club, I don't know if that'll work or not. It's a nice guy who owns the place. The club is actually really nice. It is for the 3 places you can see a comedy show in Times Square. They're the best one, and I'm not even saying that as a BS thing. And if you want to, say that I said that on the podcast, that would be a nice Christmas gift for me because I'm trying to get PJ Landers, the owner of the place, to notice me and maybe start booking me there in 2025. He's doing a great job there. But I'm going to play the Christmas plate in honor of my friend Vince Kalura. Vince is a tough friend to love at times, but Vince lost his mom about 20 years ago. And then about, 12 or 13 years ago, he asked me for the link to this story because he missed buying his mom a gift. And so just a moment for me to pause how lucky I am that I have a mom and dad to buy gifts for. And maybe the list for who we can buy gifts for gets shorter at times, gets longer at times, may not be the same people at times, or maybe the people we love aren't in the spots we want them to be at times. But I have no doubt you have someone who loves you and wants you to be grateful for their presence. I don't know, that came out the wrong way, but you get it, man. All right? So I am also grateful for you. Show love where love can be shown. And there you go, coming right up after I say good night, the Christmas plate story. Good night, New York City.
Every year, my brother and I would give my mom gifts for Christmas. We'd be sitting there under the Christmas tree, and we'd have a sort of a competition to see who could make mom cry. And my brother would buy my mother a piece of jewelry, and mom would well up with tears. I'd give my mom a piece of jewelry, and she'd be like, "Oh, that's nice," that's it. So then the next year we'd do the same thing. Mom wells up with tears, and the only way I could get Mom to cry would be like to write a little note with my gift that would say like, I hate you, you're not my real mom, the mom from the Brady Bunch is a much better mom than you. That would make Mom cry. But nothing thoughtful I would do would like get my mom to well up with tears. So last year I came up with a brilliant idea for a gift. We have a tradition in the Kelly house, and this is my favorite part of Christmas. We decorate the Christmas tree together, and it's with like all the relatives I like. My mom, my dad, my brother, my sister-in-law, and it's like a nice quiet little thing. And the nice thing about having a sister-in-law now is she could take a picture of me, my mom, my dad, and my brother together. So I come up with a brilliant, thoughtful gift. Okay? I'm going to take this family picture that we normally never have, we never frame it, we usually forget to develop it, and it goes away into space. I'm going to get this picture, and I'm going to get it put onto a plate, because my mother loves plates. She has like Norman Rockwell plates and all these other fancy plates, and I figured this could be like a holiday knick-knack, a tradition, you know, kind of like the pictures of you as a kid as Santa. I figured it would be a family picture, and as we get all old, we'd be like, wow, we used to be so hot back then. So now I get this plate wrapped up. I go to the plate store at the mall, get the picture put on the plate, get it wrapped up, give it to Mom. My mother opens the gift that I've thought so hard about, and she looks at it, and she says, wow, I look like crap. That's it. I'll be honest with you. I think my mom looked beautiful, okay? Did she look as fancy as usual? No, but she looked beautiful. But whatever. Here's where I get mad. Not that she didn't appreciate the gift. It's that now we started decorating the tree this year. I start looking for my plate from last year. It's missing. And they're acting like I'm dumb. Like, oh, I don't know what happened to this plate. I'm telling you something. My mother's Italian. She has killed the plate. The plate is buried in the Meadowlands with Jimmy Hoffa. They're acting like I'm an idiot. Like I don't realize they've thrown this plate out on me. So here's what I'm going to do, America, is my mother is going to get that plate again this year for Christmas. And if she throws out this plate, she's getting it again next year for Christmas until she takes it and likes it and she cries. Merry Christmas, America. From Thomas J. Kelly.